Resistance is futile.
Hey, everybody.
Hey.
It's me, Steve. Last week, I stole a great video idea from the Fandom Menace. Today, I'm stealing one of the Fandom Menace guys, Chris. How you doing, Chris?
I'm not too bad. Hello, boyfriends and girlfriends. Hope we're all doing okay. Honestly, I was watching your video and it was a lot more eloquent and well put together, to be honest. I was like, there you go. We can say one thing. We may not have done a lot for the channel with the video, but we got a decent video out there because of it. It just wasn't ours.
No. I need to get sound effects. When I have people on, they have like applause and stuff. Just seems kind of dry with just going.
It's a lot, isn't it? Because this is kind of one of your first forays into streaming. We won't get into too much detail with it, but it's really nice knowing that I can come on and I don't have to do anything. So
yeah, just sit back, relax, enjoy the ride. Comment on my goofiness from now and then. If I start glitching out, I'm working with a second screen here, and every time I do that, I want to kind of not
the wonders of modern technology.
Yeah, the computer I have is fine, but it's not as powerful as I'd like it to be. Hopefully, once I get monetized, and I can throw that money.
You get those big YouTube advertising bucks in. You'll be in the mansion. Yeah, you won't need this anymore.
Oh no! I'll have I'll have 3 or 4 screens and a huge computer, and
just like Matrix style.
I'll be running the world from YouTube. And it's Friday the 13th.
You know what? It didn't occur to me until after I dropped my little one off to school. I was like, oh, I'm just going to stay home now. Do you know what I mean? It's not worth the trouble.
I didn't know if that was big over in England as it is here.
Not really. We've got more bigger problems to worry about. Islamists, Keir Starmer, saying the wrong thing on Facebook. There's a few more things a bit more worrying than if you're going to walk underneath a ladder or get hit by a car on Friday the 13th.
Not to get real political, because we're not political. We're here to have fun and stuff. But I was watching a video yesterday, and it was someone shot the video from their home, and some female police officer from England was telling this gentleman that he was under arrest because he said he had complaints. Someone saw something he wrote on Facebook, and it triggered someone. So they were coming in, and my wife was watching it with me. She's like, "Is that real? Is that real?" Yeah. I'm like, "Unfortunately, yes."
Yeah, it's insane, but this is the globalist world order,
Yeah. So let's put all that behind us. We're here to have fun. And what's more, that was unfortunate. What's more fun than movies?
Depends on what movie you're watching.
I put a video out a little while ago. Well, I was going to watch Craven. I put a video out saying I was going to watch Craven. I was going to give it a review, but I've seen way too many reviews on YouTube saying forget it, just pass it. It is.
Have you seen IGN's review?
No.
3 out of 10.
Yes, I did see that.
And it was too much toxic masculinity.
Yeah.
Maybe you should go see it. Maybe it's not a bad film.
Well, maybe I will now. Maybe I will. I'll have plenty of time tomorrow to go check it out in the morning. Provided my theater around here, once tourist season ends, they get some weird hours. So I don't know. They might not start showing movies till like 1 or 2. So I might not be able to see it till Sunday. But
I'm sure you can survive.
I'll survive. But I did see that Cosmic Book News has an article out. Let's pull it up here for everybody to see. Come on. There we go.
Do it.
Captain America: Brave New World is named Fandango's most anticipated movie of 2025. How bad is 2025 going to be if this is the most anticipated movie?
But apologies. I think maybe Cosmic Book News have not necessarily got it worded correctly. I mean, I think a lot of people are going to want to go see it, but not because of the reasons they think. Probably because people just want to see if it, they're just disaster watching. They just want to see if the rumors are true.
Yeah. Yeah, let's see here. As we scroll down, the online ticket seller, Fandango, I think that's what they said it was. Yep. Polled over 9,000 ticket buyers. It came up with this list. See if we can't.
Well.
Okay. Oh, I didn't want to do that. What am I doing here? Sorry.
Is this in order then? Is this like
yeah? So
most anticipated to least?
Yeah, this is.
Wow, yeah, Superman apparently, at number 9?
According to their number 9, yeah, that surprised me too. And just like 2024, there's not an original movie on here. It's all sequels and remakes, and that's it.
Hey, what about the Fantastic Four? I mean, would you necessarily consider that kind of new? Maybe.
Well, I guess yes and no. I mean, they've done two different. They've tried twice now to make this happen.
Yeah, it's a reboot property. Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah, you're right. It is. I mean, that's crazy, isn't it? I mean, the 50th Jurassic World film that the world doesn't need. I mean, Mission Impossible. I mean, the films are generally pretty good, but do we need another one? Probably not. I mean.
See,
Superman really does surprise me.
I'm
though.
not a huge.
I wonder.
I'm not a huge Tom Cruise fan, so Mission Impossible doesn't do it for me. But I know of the list here, there's only 4 I'm interested in. I'm going to watch Captain America, just to hate watch.
It could be good. It could be good.
It could be good. Out of nowhere, something could happen, and it becomes the best movie the MCU's ever produced. I doubt it, but who knows? I'm a huge fan of John Wick. I don't know if you've watched any of the John Wick movies.
So, I do have them. I own them on 4K. But I haven't seen them yet because it's just one, because they're in the back of a cupboard and I haven't, kind of out of sight, out of mind. And until you mentioned it, I forgot I had them. And 2, because there's always just something in the way. But I'm looking forward to when I eventually get to see them. I think that could be something during January, February, during the quieter months. I can just kind of clear through that backlog. But yeah, I'm aware of the character. It looks really cool. I'm sure I'll go on with the films when I watch them.
Yeah, I really enjoyed them, and this spin-off movie, Ballerina, looks good. So I'm gonna give it a look.
Yeah.
And I watched Fantastic Four.
Yep.
And I'm really hoping Superman's good.
Me too, man. I mean, if Gunn doesn't nail this, he's got a big problem. Because Creature Commandos didn't start things off on the right foot, and the big thing is this guy.
Now I watched the newest episode of Creature Commandos, and it was better than the last 2, but I'm going to watch the whole series.
They tried it, and it's just I don't.
It says it's supposed to connect to Superman, so hopefully we'll see how this goes.
It's a bit of a bad reason to keep watching, though, isn't it? You know, the only reason you've got to watch it is because you don't want to miss any continuity. Poor showing.
So anything on this list strike your fancy? You just got to go see next year?
Well, I mean, no. To be honest, no, not on this list. I mean, Captain America. Yes, I'm curious to see how that goes down. Superman, that is probably my second anticipated film this year for me personally. I mean, the main film I'm keeping an eye on is Thunderbolts. I think, even though they're going through some kind of editing or reshoots, I'm still confident that could be a dark horse. That could be a hidden gem this year. It could also fall flat on its face. I completely get that. But no, I mean, they say I don't want to see another Jurassic World film. I definitely don't want to see Wicked, but that's personal taste. I understand that, you know, people may want to. Avatar, never got on with. You know, Mission Impossible, I could take or leave it. I sure as hell wouldn't want to go and pay for cinema tickets. And 28 years later, I'm not a zombie fan, so that rules me out. But Thunderbolts and Superman, Brave New World, and I just say that's probably the same as you, just to see how bad does it go.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an interesting list.
It's surprising, isn't it? I mean, but people want to probably see Brave New World because they want to see Captain Falcon America stand up to big bad Trump Red Hulk.
Mm-hmm. I just saw they're really hoping for this to be a thing. I just saw Marvel put out another it wasn't even a
tease.
A trailer. It was just a tease, another tease.
I haven't seen it. Is that the same one that they were collaborating with Windows on? There was like a Windows Brave New World collaboration like last week, which was quite embarrassing.
No.
At least did it with Apple.
It did have a couple different scenes. One where he was talking to the new Falcon, and the new Falcon was saying
There's two of them. There's two Falcons in this film, and I'm trying not to swear so bad. I mean, what are they going to call them? Big Falcon and Little Falcon?
Well, no, it's Captain America. It's Captain American Falcon. Although, if his character in the comic books, he was altered physically. He actually had real wings and stuff. So, thank God we don't have to go through that. We're just getting another suit to fly around with Falcon America.
To God that through all these reshoots and things that they've done, and hopefully, you know, we're all just doubting, and hopefully all of this stuff makes the film, you know, more just good, I suppose. But I hope to God this whole image they've got of the Red Hulk punching the shield, I hope they're just taking that as a promotional image and they're taking it out of the movie, because it's not gonna work. I mean, maybe it'll work for the normies, maybe, yeah, that's true, I guess. But your fans are going to look at that and they're going to laugh, and we all know why. Because this is the problem, isn't it? You know, he's not Captain America, because Captain America is a super soldier. Pardon my nerd. And Sam Wilson isn't. He's just a dude. He's a dude with some wings and a half an Iron Man suit and with a shield. And you know, from my kind of base understanding of some of these characters, if Red Hulk punches that shield, we should have Captain Falcon Jelly. Yeah,
we should. I mean, I don't know how strong his super suit is. How much?
I think it's powered by BLM.
Well, it might not be very powerful these days. Now that Trump's back in office, I think the power might be
huge. You've still got a few days yet to go for that, my friend. You've still got to get till January. Yeah, the way Biden keeps pushing that button, I don't know.
Oh no, I knew between the election and January when Trump sworn in, They were gonna burn the place down. They were gonna destroy as much as they could on their way out.
And yet Trump is the bad guy. Very strange.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's a very backwards world we live in, my friend. Yeah. Yeah, this Captain America movie definitely made for the normies. You know, the normies see all this flashy stuff and they're just, you know, chomping at the bit to see it because
look, there's nothing wrong with that, you know.
Oh,
and,
no.
and I know you feel the same way. I get what you're trying to say, but there's a difference between like a normie film and a bad film, and that's what a lot of these Marvel films I feel they kind of tried out have been, you know.
Yeah, I know. I talked about it with Brandon last week on the Culture Council. When Marvel's first started making these movies, there was enough in them for comic book fans and normies. Everybody could enjoy them. But it seems these days they're just focused more on let's put this out just to make money. And if you read the comics and stuff, well, screw you. It doesn't because
yeah, basically.
Because we don't worry about that.
Yeah. And that applies to a lot of entertainment industries as well, though, to be fair. It's not just Hollywood to blame for that, I suppose, is it? I mean, games, etc. I mean, I've just seen the latest waft of stink from the Game Awards this year, and it's Borderlands 4 with bland characters, The Witcher 4 with I don't know if you're a Witcher fan, but a Ciri that is suspiciously, I mean, some could say, you know, manly and very emotional Ciri, you know. And other, what's the, again, Neil Druckmann's new game, you know, kind of the Last of Us fame, and it's a space lesbian. Nobody wants it. Nobody wants this stuff. Witcher 4 may get away with it. Borderlands 4 may get away with it a little bit because they're building communities. But I don't know. I mean, actually, I'm looking at it the wrong way around because I sometimes criticize these companies for not coming up with their own material. And at least I suppose Druckmann has with his space lesbian.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw she has the same haircut I do. Yeah,
Why? Why would you? I mean, it's like, what universe, what audience do you think is going to buy this game? You already know. You can just look at Concord's numbers, and I think I made a bit of a joke about it, saying that Sony's going to need to put the price for the PS5 Pro up again. You know, the running being that, you know, rumor has it the price was a bit more expensive because of Concord. Well, now they're going to have to bump the price up and then another $50, aren't they, to cover this piece of shit?
Yeah, I mean, I enjoy playing video games. I'm not a huge gamer. I play.
You do it when you can, much like other activities.
Sorry?
Much like other activities.
Me? Oh, hey, look at that!
You're glitching. I think it's fine. There was a crude, dirty joke there.
Well, this isn't family friendly anyway, so don't have to worry. Tell all the crude jokes you want.
Oh yeah, boy.
This is something else that came to my attention a little while back. It appears not only is, you know, the Captain Falcon movie not going to probably do well, but they're not doing a very good job with the characters that they're having in, like the leader.
Yeah.
Now the leader is a Hulk villain. As a matter of fact, most of the villains and stuff in this Captain America movie come from the Hulk.
That's very curious, isn't it, when you say that?
Because you got the leader here. You know, we got the Red Hulk coming in.
Yep.
Why is he fighting all the Hulk's villains now? Don't know.
Because they're bigots.
But apparently there's something wrong with what they think the leader's going to look like in the movie. Now, you can't go off of Funko Pops, which is what these guys are doing. The Funko Pops for the Captain America movie came out, and let's just scroll down here. That is the leader.
It looks like he's just wearing a dressing gown.
Yeah, here's a better picture of him. That's just a guy with green skin.
Yeah.
Let's shoot back up the top again. Here's the leader. Huge dome. Huge.
It's a unique design. You know, if you're going to get into this stuff, you know that's the leader. You know, not Bob. Bob coming out of, you know, doing some DIY and he happens to be green.
Huge
I mean,
head.
that could be Cynthia Erivo for all we know.
No. Maybe. She did this on her downtime from Wicked. I got the green makeup. I'll just go ahead and do this too. But when in the Incredible Hulk movie with Norton, Samuel Stearns, who's the leader, was introduced. He was a professor, a scientific guy, and he got some gamma irradiated blood drip into a wound on his head.
That's right, I remember. Yep.
And you saw his head started to bubble, and he got this funny smile on his face, and look, he almost broke the fourth wall. He almost looked at the camera, and they cut away, and I thought, wow, this is going to be great. They're going to bring the leader in, and this is what the leader looks like, depending on who draws him. In the comics, sometimes his head is even bigger, sometimes it's lumpier, but he is always shown with a very large.
He's got a big head.
He's super genius, super gamma radiated genius. But this is what we're getting with the Funko Pops. Now, in the trailer, you see you hear him talk, and you see him in silhouette, and you see him wearing a hat. There's no way the leader in the comic books is wearing a hat, because the hat's going to sit way up here.
Yeah, unless it's a funny cowboy hat.
It's got to be one of them big, funny foam cowboy hats. But
I mean, they wouldn't dare try to make like one of his abilities be like his head gets bigger, would they?
Oh, I hope not. I hope
would
not.
they? I mean, is this the connection that we're missing? That when he kind of uses his super genius powers, his head gets bigger?
Oh, I don't want to see that.
Not other body parts.
I just
wouldn't want that on a Funko Pop now, would you?
No. Yeah, I mean, people are getting really upset about this.
Yeah.
To be honest, my MCU apathy is full blown. I couldn't care less what the Funko Pop looks like. I really couldn't care less what he looks like in the movie. I mean, I want a comic accurate leader, but seeing as how they've tossed all the comic accurate stuff out in the last several years, just wishing for a big head is
all we want. A big green head, damn it!
I want a big green head. I mean, maybe some spandex.
Okay. Well, man, sorry, bit of a delay.
No, just big green head and some spandex. Maniacal. That's what I want. That's what I want my leader to look like.
What if again, the problem is the film would need to be good, but you could get away with this if you had him enter and he's just kind of just doing whatever it is he's doing. He's terrifying. You could maybe get away with it, but we know there's a high chance that that's not what we're going to get. There's a good chance this character could be the butt of jokes. So I don't understand why you bring in the other guys in. The name escapes me, Sidewinder. You're bringing these elements in. You've already got Harrison Ford, as in obviously I get it, he's not in any kind of activity with the Red Hulk, but you've got the Red Hulk, you've got this other guy, you've got Sidewinder. I can see this guy just simply being the butt of jokes. He's there with his little shirt on and his dressing gown. I could just see, maybe that's what the connection is. He's just a joke.
Yeah, there's another picture of what he should be looking like.
What you could have had.
What you could have had. No, I thought there were some pictures of all the Funko Pops, but no.
Lego's normally the one I see whenever there's like kind of a product leak. Normally it used to be Lego. It used to be like the Lego sets came out and it spoiled a character or it was done something.
Yeah.
But I understand why Funko kind of now be kind of the lead.
Yeah, I'm the amount of just wrongness that the MCU has come out with. I mean, just the fact that they have decades worth of source material and they refuse to use it.
I think we keep, we've had these discussions and we always come back to the same thing that it's just so easy. How are they messing this up? It's literally so simple. Anyone could do it. How they keep kind of messing it up. I don't understand.
Yeah. They're well, let me see if I can find it here. Going on the fly. There's another article from Cosmic Book News that they say the same thing that other people have said before about the comics and stuff. If we can get it. I'm glitching.
Please stand by.
Very good. This is only my first real live stream. There's bound to be some glitches.
This is nothing. This is fine.
Marvel's Ironheart villain gets bad news. Don't read the comics. It's looking like Marvel's making another major departure from the source material. This time the
Ironheart is
I've never read
Ironheart. Get even worse.
Honest. I mean, I know who Ironheart is. I have read an issue or two online just to see what she's about, but she's a garbage character. But so the Hood has revealed significant changes to his character, origin, and backstory, raising concerns about whether Marvel's decision will pay off or anime fans. Let's see here. Yeah, recall Marvel told the director of Secret Invasion not to read the comics. Well, we know how that turned out. It led to Kevin Feige completely recalling. Now, to be honest, there was no way they were going to be able to do a good Secret Invasion because that was a title-wide event.
Yep.
And that ran for months and months, and
it needed to be something interwoven.
You need to have every character the MCU's ever had. Yeah, that could have been the 4, 5, and 6 phases 4, 5, and 6 instead of the multiverse. Have the Secret Invasion.
But why do that
when you can just have the big Avengers thing at the end? Yeah. How well did that TV series do? No. But yeah, they don't want people reading the comic books if you're going to do any work for them. Now, I don't know if this is because they think they're going to get some kind of a better idea or what.
What a bizarre thing to say, isn't it? Don't read any source material.
Because I know some other movies. I don't think it was Shang-Chi. It might have been Shang-Chi. I think there were another one that said, "Don't read the comic books before you do this," and in that one it showed because the villain in Shang-Chi, the bad guy, has 10 rings, 10 literal rings on his fingers, and each ring does something different. Well, now we got Shang-Chi and the 10 bracelets, and it's just a MacGuffin. It's just another power weapon that nobody's really using, and it does something, comes back. It's, at least in the comic books, when he had the rings, each ring did something, and he was a force to be, dealt with.
I think that's the thing, isn't it? Because no one's reading the material. There's nothing to connect to. There's nothing to connect one film to another, let alone kind of the things such as the rings. It doesn't matter. We'll make them bracelets. It's fine. People love bracelets.
Love them to death.
I'm sure it was some kind of cultural correction. Rings are racist. You can't possibly be walking around with 10 rings.
Yeah, well, because the Mandarin is culturally insensitive.
And have
the Mandarin. So,
do you remember the outcry for Iron Man 3?
Oh yeah,
with the whole thing, and they were saying, "Oh, it's cultural appropriation and stuff," and it turned out in the end it didn't matter anyway.
Yeah,
and when you think about it, that actually was almost like a kind of a based move by Marvel. Actually, thinking about that now.
But then they had Ben Kingsley back in Shang-Chi as that goofy character.
See, I didn't see Shang-Chi, so I'm gonna have to rely on your
I did. And apparently he's supposed to be back in another another movie coming up as that goofy character. I don't know which movie, but
just treating it as a joke. When the Iron Man 3 trailer kind of came out, one of the things I remember, obviously, didn't know what the film was going to be about, as we do now, and that still wasn't too bad. But his narration over the trailer, it made it serious.
Mm-hmm.
It made you kind of concerned for the character that, oh crap, this could be kind of dire straits for Iron Man. And they were just starting to turn things into jokes. And it's like you could have had a multi-movie bad guy. You could have had something kind of set with Iron Man and other villains,
Yeah, in my opinion, the Mandarin from the comics could be an Avengers level threat. He's somebody who could do something where the entire group has to come together to stop him.
Yeah.
And they could have used him in such great ways.
Yep.
But they just crap on it. They just, everything's just a throwaway thing anymore. It's just, don't need it. Don't need it. And if they do want to need it,
throwaway material or is a joke.
And now they're like, well, if we do want to get him back, we got to have a multiverse, so we'll just go back and pull him out. And
yeah,
he's the same but different.
Oh boy.
The multiverse was the absolute worst thing Marvel could have done to themselves.
But they see it as a get out of jail free card, don't they? Because now they can do whatever they want and they can reset things through kind of multiverses, and that didn't happen, this did happen, or whatever. It's the ability to rewrite everything as they see fit. They're just not intelligent to use it.
Yeah, I mean, I understand why they're doing it. I don't think it's a good idea, but I understand why they did it.
Yeah,
they could have gone on and not retired the characters, but just they could have been off screen this time doing some other things while newer characters were coming up and taking their place. No problem. And then eventually 10 years down the road, if they wanted to bring back Chris Evans as Captain America or something,
yep,
bring him back. But
now we're getting America. Sorry, we're getting America. We're getting Chris Evans back in Doomsday.
Yeah.
Although we don't know who he's playing yet, though, do we? I mean, I know there's some speculation, but to be fair, he could be. Yeah, it could be another kind of Storm thing, couldn't it? He could be kind of completely something else.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, you live long enough and you see every single thing that you grew up with just destroyed. Kids get their hands on things and they break them. We had a
we
good
were talking
thing.
about this, weren't we? Yeah, just before we went live with Star Trek and Lower Decks and them absolutely defiling DS9's corpse.
Yeah, that was a great show. That was a
yeah.
I watched every single episode from the Next Generation to the very last Enterprise. Everything. My sister, who's not a huge sci-fi fan, she has every single DVD season of Voyager.
Yep.
She loves Voyager. I don't know. She's not a big sci-fi fan, but
I
she
can
loves
understand
Voyager.
that because, again, we won't go into the kind of the individual kind of unique traits of every Star Trek series, but when you think about it, Voyager is a very good standalone series, isn't it? Because there are some one or two nods, like kind of your Barclays and that kind of stuff. I'm sure there's more than that. But as a standalone sci-fi series, you just watch it, can't you? For the most part,
Yeah.
and everything is explained in due time. It did have that Star Trek kind of polish to it, in my opinion, anyway. But now you just get a cartoon series recalling characters from 30 years ago and making them gay.
Yeah. I enjoy. Well, I liked Rick and Morty.
Yep.
But they don't need that in the Star Trek universe, which is what Lower Decks seems to be. It seems to be their version of Rick and Morty. Speaking of other franchises that have been desecrated, I came across something about the Eighth Doctor.
Okay.
And apparently he has there's a new Big Finish production coming out called Faithful Friends.
Right.
And it looks to be 4 short stories on one disc or one show.
Audiobook.
Audiobook, yeah.
Okay. I'm complete blindside what you're going to talk about, but I did see rumblings about something. The minute you said Eighth Doctor, kind of that was doing the rounds on social media. So, okay, yeah. So we've got some new stories. Okay, what's the trade off?
The trade off is, let's bring it up here. "500 Ways to Leave Your Lover" is the title of the Eighth Doctor's bit in this one. And the writer, Tim Foley, says, we're going to go down here. The Eighth Doctor is a very sexy doctor after all. And what can you say about Chris? Boyfriend to the Doctor, according to the script. So apparently, Mr. Foley has, and Big Finish, in their infinite wisdom, has decided to give the Eighth Doctor a boyfriend.
It's just gay fan fiction.
Yes.
This has got nothing to do, and don't get me wrong, I couldn't tell you who the Eighth Doctor was, to be honest. It's more kind of Brandon's kind of thing than it is mine. But I've got to respect kind of the original material. And this is all they're doing. And this was my major frustration with literally what we were just talking about. It's got nothing to do with Star Trek. It's got nothing to do with Doctor Who. It's got nothing to do with Star Wars. It's just these little perverts worming their way into places they should never have been because we used to gatekeep this stuff, and now we know why we did that, making this just gay fan fiction. It's all it is.
Yeah. There's a website called Wattpad. WATTPAD. It's where writers can go and they can post stories. Usually they do it chapter by chapter. And I had some of the chapters from my books up there to try to get some people interested. And over last summer, I did the the 10-part story Wrath and Blaze.
Yeah.
And it came out monthly, and I put each chapter on my website and on Wattpad.
Yeah.
And I didn't get a whole lot of views, but when you look around to see what is actually trending, it's all literal. It's literal gay fan fiction.
Well, now you know how to correct the problem, don't you? You need to make your material more gay. And it's not as if people read it, they won't even buy it, but you'll get more exposure.
Yeah, you know what? I'd rather be a writer who gets no exposure writing good stories than a crappy writer reading gay fanfic.
Integrity. Well, we've got no place in the world for that, I'm afraid. So you'll have to go.
Nope. Well, if I go, I go. Put me out to pasture.
When is this coming out? Then is this out? Is
this is coming out? I think it says the bottom here. Next month, January 25.
A gay rom-com with the monks.
Yes.
Please enjoy where our heroes have to strip. Just go watch porn. Go watch porn. If that's what you want, that's fine. I have no issue with go and watch it. But that's not Doctor Who, and that's not what Doctor Who was about.
I really enjoyed listening to some Big Finish stuff before. I actually have a couple Big Finish.
I've heard that they used to be really good, but for some reason, I don't know why, they're kind of losing their touch a little bit or gaining too much touch.
Once the Jodie Whittaker doctor showed up, and the BBC said, let's open this up to all the check boxes. Big Finish, since I guess they have to pay the license to use Doctor Who and stuff. I guess they get their marching orders from the BBC as well. Although I'm pretty sure the people who run Big Finish are probably just as happy to write these type of stories. They don't have to twist their arm or anything. They're doing it happen.
I mean, the problem is I know it's not the same thing, but I remember a little while ago with trying to think of putting this to not offend people, but kind of statues and figurines and that kind of stuff. There were quite a few companies, including companies that made stuff for Doctor Who, that went bust because nobody was buying their busts. And it was the same thing because they were coming out with crap that nobody wanted. And unless kind of Big Finish have got, kind of Big Daddy Warbucks behind them, I can see them ending the same way because I have seen people already, and I know it's just social media, etc., but these people are Doctor Who fans, hardcore Doctor Who fans that spend money.
Mm-hmm.
And what do you know when they see these things? And then, the Big Finish story is one of the things that you see every now and then. You see Doctor Who things come through my timeline. And people say, I'm fed up with this, And it was just, they say, I think this was probably what was whizzing by kind of yesterday or today that I was reading. They're just not going to get bought. And then unless this company has got a kind of corporate backer, they're going to go under. For what? So that we could see our heroes have to strip.
Yeah, it's. I know. A long time ago, I was getting the. I'd go in the store and get the Doctor Who magazine, and one month they had a little Big Finish CD shrink wrapped in with the book, and it was a Fifth Doctor story.
Okay.
And I'm like, hey, this is pretty cool. And I listened to it. I'm like, this is really good. Why aren't I listening to more of this stuff? And I actually got they had a 50th anniversary special.
Yeah.
Where they had all the doctors, all the classic doctors. I got that, which is good. And then just recently I got one where Tom Baker teams up with David Tennant.
Okay.
Before David Tennant went, off the rails.
Okay. I was thinking in the back of my mind then, is this before or is this after? It's a good, dare I say, an easy gig. It's so simple. All you do, and as you just said, you get this popular doctor. And you know what? Because of what you can do, with audio that you don't have to do with video, you can also get this popular character here or this other popular character here.
Mm-hmm.
And you can just tell whatever story you want. But they don't do that. They're now just going back to, they're gay. That's the story.
I mean, Tom Baker is in his, I think he's like mid 80s. He's still doing Big Finish stuff with the Fourth Doctor.
Yeah.
I mean, they wheel him in, they sit him down, and he says his lines, and he can still be the Doctor at 80 something years old.
Will we be hearing tales of him stripping? Will we? Do you think?
God, I hope not.
I mean, that could be humorous to a certain degree.
Oh man, it's.
Would Tom even do it? I don't know his position on things like this, so I don't know if he'd be up for it. I would like to think he'd turn around and say, in his kind of eccentric kind of English kind of voice, that he's not bloody doing that, and then storming out or wheeling himself out, however he gets about, But
yeah, I don't know. I hopefully he wouldn't. I'm gonna, in my head, Tom Baker's a straight arrow. He's gonna say no.
He's too old. He's too old to care about this kind of stuff. It's like, what do you mean? What do you mean they strip? I was like, I can't be dealing with that.
Wait, you want me to make out with a guy? Wait, no, that doesn't sound quite right. I'll throw him a jelly baby or two, but that's it. Oh man. So Friday the 13th, you haven't had anything bad happen to you today, have you?
No, because as we said before, we kind of came live. I kind of hunkered down. I did what I needed to do. To be fair, I didn't have anything on the agenda really, so it's been a day off, a little bit of Path of Exile on the Xbox. And that was my entertainment for the day. And then, kid stuff, eat, regenerate energy, and then come on here. And then once we finish here, we'll be off to bed because it will be kind of late in the UK, and I don't want to be past my bedtime.
That's right.
Friday the 13th, as I said, we were joking about this kind of before we went live again. It's just there's more things to worry about now than supernatural stuff.
Yeah. And we got to worry about Christmas.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I'm all kind of wrapped up, pardon the pun, in that kind of time, So we're just we got quite a few. I mean, that's what I think. The last kind of week before Christmas, that's when we've got stuff going on. Kind of trips out. I'm going to the cinema probably for the last time in a good long while for Sonic 3. Because my cinema is very helpfully closing because they're redeveloping for more houses for foreigners. So yeah, the only cinema in a 40-minute radius is where I'm going to be going. So it's going to have to be a really decent film for me to want to go that far out, But we're going to end it with Sonic 3. So I'm taking my son first trip to the cinema, so he's going to be seeing Sonic 3, And as you say, yeah, then we have Christmas, and then the clocks reset, and we do it all again.
Yep. Yeah, this is the first year in a very long time that we got all our Christmas shopping done before December. I mean, before like now.
Yeah.
I mean, I think like shortly after Thanksgiving, we had it all wrapped up, and we were just looking for.
It's a good feeling, isn't it? That's why I've pretty much kind of said, we were done kind of a couple of weeks ago, but I have been able to every now and then get it done before December, like you were saying, and it's just such a feeling of accomplishment and relief. They say, I can't believe it's all done, But then the next year.
Last year, my wife was working a new job, and it was very stressful, and she was working a lot of late hours. And we finally got to Christmas, and I did my Christmas shopping for her, and I bought stuff for our daughter and stuff, and wrote. Did
you buy a Big Finish audiobook?
No Big Finish audiobooks. And so we're handing out things, and my wife has a little pile of stuff. My daughter's got a huge pile of stuff, and I had one box.
Oh yeah,
I got one thing for Christmas last year, and it was a pair of flip-flops. Now, granted, I asked for them. They were Jimmy Buffett Margaritaville flip flops. I needed them.
Well, there you go. But I think
like,
that's the way it goes, isn't it? You know, we don't, and I'm not really kind of in the market to kind of being bought stuff. It's, you know, it's in the giving, isn't it? Seeing everybody else happy.
It is. I enjoyed watching my wife and daughter open up their gifts, and they were having a good time. And you know, it's chilly around here where I live, but it's still warm enough. I can wear flip flops if I want all year round.
Yeah.
As long as I wear like a sweatshirt and jeans.
This is the thing, isn't it? Kind of being close, well, not close as such, but in the same vicinity as my counterpart, where he gets a ton of snow, but you're very fortunate that you don't have to worry about it. It's very strange how the weather is, isn't it? But yeah, I mean, that's what you wanted it to be able to walk around in flip flops, listening to Big Finish audio books. You know, that's the life.
Yes, it is. It is the life. You know what makes good Christmas gifts, Chris?
I haven't good authority that books make good Christmas gifts.
I'm going to shill a little bit.
Hell yeah.
It's my live stream. Dang it.
Exactly. It's exactly what we're here for, damn it.
I put my heart and soul in these things. But you can go to a link I have down in the description, and you can find this particular website where you can find Deadlock, Fallout, and Shattered.
Hell yeah.
And the novella Wrath and Blaze, which I just have in a copy right here.
Be warned, they're not very gay.
They are absolutely not gay. I guarantee you. They are LGBTQ free. Imagine the pushback I got if I put that label on those books.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, you would probably get a little bit of heat, but then again, I mean, I don't know. You may get a surge in sales of people that I can't believe it. Well, you know,
what? There's no representation in these books.
There's no representation. I'll take 20.
Yeah, I'm just going to keep shilling these things until someone buys a million of them, and I can retire. And now this is Amazon. I just went to the Barnes and Noble website. I think Barnes and Noble it's a bookstore in your area. It starts with a W, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I'm aware of Barnes and Noble. We have we had a company called Waterstones. I mean, I think sooner or later in the next kind of couple of years, I suspect they're going to be cold. You know, our high streets are not doing very good, as you would probably kind of imagine. But yes, we do have the occasional bookstore. And Waterstones is the only mainstream bookstore. The rest now are little small independent kind of bookshops. Probably for the best, to be fair. But
I went on their website, and I'm going to start selling books on there as well. So I'm expanding.
I mean, if you can do it, that's the best way, isn't it? Because let's be honest, I think everybody can agree that shipping costs are astronomical. Well, and when you're going across countries, across kind of oceans and stuff, then yeah, I can understand. You know, that it's pretty expensive.
Luckily, since I do this through Amazon and Barnes and Noble, I don't pay for shipping. I just people pay shipping from wherever they're getting it from on Amazon and stuff. So, but the big thing is, once I get into Barnes and Noble, I can then, if I don't have a Barnes and Noble close to me, if I did, I could go to them and say, hey, my books are in your warehouse. Can I have an author day? And I could schedule a time where I could set a booth up in one of their Barnes and Noble stores. And then people,
why not?
Because the closest one to me is like 100 miles away.
That would be why.
Yeah,
you'd have to make sure if you did put the effort in, you'd have to literally just kind of put the table right by the entrance, doing like everybody that comes in, everybody.
Now I know when I go up north to see family, there's like 3 or 4 Barnes and Nobles within, shouting distance of just about anybody I can see. So maybe someday, if I plan a vacation correctly, I can hook something up there and have a day where I'm at a Barnes and Noble. But I'm not gonna,
practical planning.
Yes, it's gonna take a lot of planning. Oh, Chris, I don't have much more to talk about today.
Sometimes that's for the best.
That is. Let everybody know where they can find you and your partner in crime, Brandon, when he's around. Where can we find you guys?
So just go to fandomnexushq.com, people, if you'd be so kind. That kind of, we're trying to build that as, kind of the center of all the channels. I mean, we're only operating free at the minute, gaming and Fandom Nexus, but all the links and stuff are there, fandomnexushq.com. If you can't be bothered with that, though, make sure you find us on YouTube at Fandom Nexus. That would also be lovely. And Fandom Nexus Gaming too. But honestly, go to the website. It's all pretty much there. It's lovely. It's very simple, very elegant. If you like orange.
I have
an X as well. X at Fandom Nexus. Yeah, that'd be right.
I have a link to your Fandom Nexus HQ down in the description. So go there, check it out. Plus, you can check out all my stuff.
Oh yeah.
You find my books. You can find me on. Do I have my X? I don't remember if I have my X or not. Yeah, my X. Yeah. Facebook. I'm on Facebook. If anybody does Facebook.
Yeah, it's not for me, brother. It's not for me.
It's
I'd probably get arrested on it, to be fair, actually. So it's probably for the best of them.
Yeah, you might want to just avoid Facebook altogether. And if anybody's feeling generous, I have a Patreon.
Hell yeah.
You can join for free. Join for free. I mean, that'd be, if you want to throw a couple bucks my way, I'm not going to argue, help a poor indie writer out. I mean,
support local business, damn it.
Yeah, support local business. It's wonderful. So, Chris, I appreciate you coming on.
No problem, man. Anytime.
You made this first real official live stream go well. Who knows? Maybe I'll grab Brandon and down the road, and we'll try our hand and see how we do together.
I mean, like you say, it's just time, the time zones and all that kind of stuff, isn't it? That's the frustrating thing that we find. I mean, they said it's kind of afternoonish, kind of your way, and kind of late evening mine. If only there's a way to just temporarily transport, if you will, from one location to another. But yeah, I'm sure at some point you'll be able to rope him in.
All right. Well, I want to thank everybody who decided to take the time and stop by and watch us. We appreciate you. I don't know what kind of schedule I have for this. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to be doing this every Friday or something, but I'm certainly going to try to do this more often. So, hey, if I don't see you guys before the Christmas break, have a Merry Christmas. And let's be safe out there, guys.
Peace.